During World War II, over 7 million women in Britain were employed in some form of war work. I found an article from World War II which highlighted to me that by January 1942, the Women's Auxiliary Air Force had become the largest women's service in the world. The article goes on to state that this organisation had 51 trades in 1939. I wanted to find out more about the trades of the Women's Auxiliary Air Force on the home front, so I started my search at the National Memorial Arboretum in Staffordshire. Caterer, orderly, telegraphist, air movements, bomb plotter, waitress, clerk, model maker, shoe repairer, and tracer are only some of the professions listed on the Women's Auxiliary Air Force Memorial. The Women's Auxiliary Air Force was set up with the intention of freeing men for frontline duty. If you remember, depending on your rank, you could be doing everything from folding parachutes to barrage balloon operation, bomb train transportation, to working on airplane mechanics. You could even be doing weather analysis. An article from 1939 highlighted that for the first time women were working in the intelligence department. I wanted to find out about the more secret professions of the Women's Auxiliary Air Force, so I travelled to one of the many WA.A.F stations used for intelligence gathering during World War II. Although there is little left today, this WA.A.F station in the east of England, like many which were set up across Britain, was used to collect signals intelligence in the form of radio transmissions and Morse code. A wireless operator would listen in on signal frequencies, logging what was heard in the radio nets. Each WA.A.F station was designated to a specialist area of military intelligence. The intercepts gathered by civilians, WRENs, ATS members and WA.A.F personnel was key to Britain's strategic planning. The information required translation or decoding. From here the coded messages were sent to Bletchley Park. Bletchley Park, or Station X, is most famous for being home to the code breakers and the breaking of Enigma. During World War II, it was also inhabited by the Women's Auxiliary Air Force. I found out that coded messages from WA.A.F stations across Britain were initially transported to Station X by motorcycle. However, as communications increased, there was a shift towards the use of teleprinters in operations. Block E of Station X hosted the teleprinter hall, where WA.A.F personnel would work in shifts, receiving and sending the coded and decoded messages. During the lead up to D-Day, the intercepts deciphered and translated at Bletchley Park revealed key information on enemy plans, which was then sent to London. For women working at posts such as Station X, secrecy over their contribution to the war effort was mandatory. By the end of the war, with 250,000 women in service, the Women's Auxiliary Air Force had grown to include over 110 different trades.